The other day you mentioned White Simmons a little bit, the linebacker, and said he needed to come on. You know, it's his time. How's he doing in the 2 weeks?
White's doing a good job. He can run side to side. I want to see him take that A gap and destroy that A gap. But we need him to step up a little bit more, be physical in the A and B gaps. He can really run. He's giving us all we can. He will do that, and he'll be a good player for us.
A couple of guys you mentioned, I don't think we've heard you mention Andrew Harris yet. You've mentioned Trent and White and obviously the starters and stuff. Was there a moment where things popped for him?
Practice. I mean, it was our first, actually, it was our first shell practice. And we ran an ISO on him, and he, destroyed the gap, the fullback, and then made some side-to-side plays. And when he hits you, he's very, very powerful. Well, you can't see that in spiders, And we didn't have an opportunity to see it in the spring. And so then he's on special teams, and he's running like fast, and is physical, shedding blocks and all that. And he's moved up to, I just really like him, and I think he's going to be a really good player, Trey. I mean, a real good player. We just got to get him ready mentally, knowing what everything's. It's more coverage stuff than playing the run. Once we do that, I think he'll play a lot of ball for us because he's just a physical. When he hits you, what I'm saying. When he hits you, it's just a rock. Pretty impressive.
I feel like you're proving your point from the spring when you said you don't know how a linebacker. You said linebacker specifically. I don't know how a linebacker moves up the depth chart if you don't hit, if you don't tackle.
It's true, and it's exactly how he moved up. And the game of football is called football, and you got to tackle and you got to hit and then we get all nervous because we don't want to get our guys. I'm going to tell you what, Trey, we've had more injuries in shells. We have. Then we have. I mean, we went out there today, had 140 plays. Hell, we're going to be ready to go on Monday, So I just don't know how you beat somebody out without that. And I sure wanted it when I played college. I wanted an opportunity to show I was maybe slow and I may be not very big and not very strong, but I'll try to tackle you, And without that, I never would have been able to play. So you're right. Thank you.
Another guy that you mentioned that we hadn't heard a whole lot. The other day, Kobe, Amarian, and Corey asked about defensive linemen who stood out, and they all said Justice Boone. And you just mentioned him. So what is it about Justice, and when did that pop for him?
Yeah. Latter part of spring, we thought, because I think, again, you're thinking you're not going full speed, you're not moving, what do I do on this? So it takes a little while. Latter part of spring, probably last 4 or 5 practices of spring, he started showing. Not like now, but he started showing, and which made us believe that, hey, this guy, he may be our, one of our best defensive ends. He's big, and he had a really good summer. And then as we're coming out here, and I think somehow he felt like, he's a transfer. So I felt like at some point he felt like this is my team. I'm part of this team. I'm not for sure he felt that way early. It was, I want to show guys I belong on the team. There's a difference. And now he's, this is my team. I'm a big part of it. And I think that confidence as well. But he's big and he's running and he's turning it loose. He's not thinking. And I think he's pretty good. I think he's a pretty good player, and I think he'll help us tremendously.
Last time we talked with you, you said that you needed to put Starzyk in some pressure situations, and you said he had a good day-to-day. Kind of what was the situations of those kicks, and how'd you apply the pressure?
Do you know where all the distance were? They're on there. Let me turn my... Touchdown. All you have to do is just say what you said, flip it over. 39-43. He missed a 50 in the wind, but he hit it well. The wind took it. I mean, he hit it down the middle. 36 and 48 and 35.
And what were like the situations, I guess, were they the pressure situations unexpected you were talking about, any of them?
One one, okay, so I don't want to kick extra points in a scrimmage. I want to kick field goals in a scrimmage. And so each time that we scored, it's just like a, live type deal, but we moved it. So when we scored, we never went to the 3. We went to he didn't know where we were going, what hash, none of that stuff. We put it down, whatever, and then he had to go out and kick it. So that was our way of putting pressure on him. We didn't get an opportunity to kick him during the 2-minute because the defense did a good job of stopping the offense.
We've seen KJ Jackson have a pretty good connection with Monte Harrison with the twos and fastballs. I wonder how those two guys look today.
Yeah, I thought KJ had a very productive day. Had several touchdowns to Jones, to Monte. Had a 70-yard touchdown, a 45 to Monte, and a 45-yarder to Jones. Is that a touchdown or just yards? One of them was a touchdown. Harrison's was a touchdown. The other 2 45s were just big plays. But, KJ has really been playing well and running the offense well. Bobby's done a nice job of that, and he's done a good job of learning the offense as well, too, but he's been very accurate.
Any backs behind Washington stood out?
Braylon scored a couple touchdowns and ran hard, got the extra yard or two when he, got hit, finished forward. I don't know if he caught any balls out of the backfield. I can't remember. I don't think so, but I don't know exactly how many times he carried the ball. We went in, won him around 8 carries. I don't know that he got that many or more. We'll have to wait and see, but I thought he played well and he was physical. The other guy is who's had a really good fall is Rodney Hill. He's bigger. He's really running the ball well. He just got dinged up Thursday, and so he actually practiced a little bit yesterday, but I didn't want to hit him. He's a veteran. I didn't want to hit him today until he gets fully healthy, and Campbell's the same way.
It seems like you guys have a really good foundation at receiver with Omega and Raylan. Is there anyone else, either today or through fall camp, that you're seeing develop that chemistry with Talon so far?
Andy Jean and Jalen Brown are 2 guys that, and obviously CJ's a guy that we're counting on that out there as well. Shanks has had a hamstring. We need him to get healthy. We need to find out exactly what he can do offensively. We think we know, but that was from the spring. We need to find out a little bit more about him. But right off the top of my head, I'd say Blake, Shanks, Blake, Andy Jean, and Jalen Brown probably in that.
Sorry, Shanks didn't participate today, I'm guessing, with the injury.
No, he's got a ham and been for a while now, and he's practiced some, but not long, and I just wanted to hold on. I need him back there for the whole practice, and I need him back there for punt return, so hopefully Monday he'll be ready to go.
I think the one position maybe we haven't touched on yet is safety, and obviously you got 2 experienced guys with Larry and Miguel. How has that group kind of come on, and are you seeing their chemistry develop even into a second year now?
Yeah, I think the major concern there, I think those guys are playing well together. I got to watch the film and see how Jordan Young, he's kind of added as a linebacker, safety, whatever. To see, I know Smalls came in and made some really good plays today, but I like those 2. We've got to continue. Caleb Wooden, that's another guy who's really important back there. He played with the 1 some today, kind of alternating a little bit in there, but I got to find out why there was some long play. There's too many big plays, and I got to find out if it's angles. I don't think we're missing tackles. I think it's just angles and getting there, or maybe we're not dropping in the right spots. But I didn't really feel Miguel and Caleb or those guys or Larry being out of position down the middle. I don't know why we had so many big plays defensively. I got to figure that out on tape.
Yeah, just to follow up on Starzyk, I mean, how often have you been putting him in those pressure situations, not today, but in the practices
Well,
beforehand?
15 times in, and he's 14 to 15. So 15 times in practice, we've put him in those situations, and 14 of them he's made.
What do those situations look like?
They, we just call the field goal team out there, depending on whenever I want to, and they run out there and he kicks it. I mean, I don't know how to answer that, and that's a good question. I mean, I call field goal, they run out, he kicks it, and 14 out of 15 has went through. So.
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, guys.